Hi, welcome to Loft 801. My name is Diego, and today I'm talking about Dangerous Animals. Directed by Sean Byrne, this shark thriller blends slasher horror with survival. Starring Jaicourtney and Hassieharrison, this film traps us on a boat with a deranged killer who uses sharks as his weapon of choice. It's bloody, tense, and worth the plunge. Quick heads up, this review may contain the occasional spoiler, but I'll do my best to avoid them because I like this movie and I want you to watch it. That said, let's dive in. At first glance, Zephyr seems like your typical loner thrill seeker. She's emotionally guarded and she loves to surf solo. She meets Moses and their connection makes her nervous about letting her guard down. So she sneaks away for an early morning surf and the thriller and horror kick off when Tucker kidnaps her. Zephyr is a tough girl. She's got grit and she's resourceful, but she's not invincible. She's scared, hurt, and at times overwhelmed. It's easy to root for her because you don't want to see her die. You want to see her escape, and as she tries, she has to get more dramatic and more creative with how she executes her escape plans. I admired her relentless will to live and her final girl energy. I think it's a perfect pairing with Jaicourtney's Tucker. He is the twisted heart of this movie, and it's arguably some of his best career work. I first saw Jaicourtney in Spartacus, and ever since then, he's been that guy for me. In Dangerous Animals, he's layered and unnerving. He's not just playing a villain, but embodying one with flair and unpredictable menace. What makes him scary is that he's so charismatic. He's a barefoot, sun-kissed guy, and he's the perfect laid-back tour guide. It's insane how quickly he can turn that charm off and start his game of sharks and minnows. His psychotic shark feeding rituals are more than symbolic. Tucker doesn't just admire sharks, but he views himself as one of them. They're not monsters, but beautiful instinctual creatures, and this enlightenment belief is what makes him brutally scary. For every second he's on screen, you feel uneasy. I love the cat and mouse game that he plays with Zephyr. From the start of the film, he's fascinated by Zephyr because she's not one of his typical victims. She's a fighter and represents something he can't control. He tries to break her like his past victims, but she never fully gives him the submission he craves. That defiance makes him view her less as prey and more of a deformed mirror, a dangerous animal like himself. The other supporting cast members are okay. Josh Houston plays Moses and he does a decent job, but I don't think his character has the best writing. If I had a one-night stand with someone and I got ghosted, I would just take the L. I wouldn't bust out my detective hat and look at city surveillance footage and figure out where my date went. If I did that, people would think that I was creepy. I understand his motivations in this film, I just don't think they're strong. The only other real side character is Ella Newton. She plays Heather, one of Tucker's captives. She is the opposite of Zephyr. Tucker's already broken her spirit and she's terrified of even trying to escape. I think she's a good character for propping up Tucker's menace and brutality. While I really had fun with the film and the narrative, I don't know if it's the most believable movie. If I was going on a shark tour, I would absolutely tell everybody where I'm going and which tour I'm taking. If I were to go missing, that would be the first place my friends and family or even the police check. It makes it hard to believe that Tucker's kidnapped and murdered dozens and dozens of victims this way without raising any suspicions. Also, since he's a local, his kidnapping of women on the beach doesn't make too much sense to me. There's CCTV footage that can place him at the scene and time of each kidnapping, which would also get him quickly caught. Whether you suspend your disbelief or not, thankfully I don't think these two factors severely bring the movie down, but I thought they were worth mentioning. In terms of setting, I think this movie is a little constrained. Since Zephyr is trapped on Tucker's boat, there aren't many settings we can explore other than our cutaways to Moses. We get some beautiful ocean blues with the boat, but it gets to a point where the setting has diminishing returns. I think the best justification for making the setting feel so constrained is that it makes being on the boat feel claustrophobic and tense. There's no place to run if you're in the middle of the ocean. For every time Zephyr escapes, there's nowhere for her to go and she immediately gets recaptured. I love that back and forth because it kept you on the edge of your seat, but I still would have liked to see a little more setting variety even if it was just within the boat. Show us more of the boat like the captain's cabin, or get a little more creative with how you show us the boat's compartments. I thought the cinematography on the boat was pretty standard. It wasn't pretty or stylish, but it got the job done. I think the cinematography in the ocean was better. I love the underwater shots with real shark footage. I appreciated the real shark footage because it helped avoid typical CGI pitfalls. I think too many shark movies rely on a CGI shark, and it's unfortunate because it makes things look a little corny. That isn't the case with this one. It feels real, bloody, and grounded. Also, the soundtrack was good. Composed by Michael Yuzurski, he delivers an old-school orchestral score that underlines all moments of suspense. It's never overwhelming and elevates the tension and the characters. There's even an incredible needle drop that Tucker dances to. Seeing him jive to Evie Part 1 by Stevie Wright was for sure my favorite scene of the film. It perfectly encapsulated his unhinged psyche by blending absurdity and psychosexual menace. I love how it cemented that Tucker sees himself as an artist, a showman, or even a prophet. The music is all part of his twisted idea of beauty. Dangerous Animals is a tense, bloody, and psychologically rich shark thriller that swims deeper than expected. Sean Byrne crafts a claustrophobic survival horror that's carried by two excellent performances, Hassieharrison as the gritty, determined Zephyr, and Jaicourtney as the scene-stealing, shark-worshipping killer Tucker. Their chemistry drives the film, with each interaction building on the other's growing desperation and unraveled sanity. While some plot conveniences and logical gaps might take you out of the experience, the film's atmosphere, grounded visuals, and complementary soundtrack keep it anchored. The setting could have been more dynamic and the side characters more developed, but none of that overshadows the thrilling predator vs. prey duel at its core. With a killer dance scene, real shark footage, and a fresh villain performance from Courtney, Dangerous Animals sinks its teeth and it doesn't let go. So I can happily recommend this movie. Thank you for listening to my review of Dangerous Animals. If you enjoyed the content, leave a like and hit subscribe. If you did not enjoy the content, thank you for sticking around. As always, I would love to read what you have to say, so leave a comment and let me know what you're thinking. Also, if there's something you want to see reviewed, don't forget to let me know and I will do my best to get to it. Lastly, if you want to see some more from me, then you can check out my vlogs linked up above or my podcast Good Friends. Again, thank you for watching. My name is Diego and I will see you next time.